there, everyone. Welcome to Fantasy for the Ages. We have a live stream celebration for you today. Glad to have you with us, those in the live chat. Be sure to jump in with your comments anywhere along the way. Zach, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. This very fun, very special occasion episode, all that jazz. Weird for us. It's later in the evening. Not normal.
It's later for you. It's only 6 p.m. here on the West Coast.
It's later. Not late.
Well, we're having a live stream celebration episode today because we hit 5,000 subscribers. But
Woo!
it happened really fast, all in a blur. So we're actually just about at 5,500 subscribers now before we could bother to squeeze it in.
Hey, we got it before 6.
We did. I was starting to sweat it. Thank you to all of you who've recently joined on. We really appreciate it. We're going to keep trying to entertain and satisfy with the things that we bring to you. And those of you who are Patreon supporters, special love going out to you. Thank you for helping us continue to pay for putting all this stuff out here. We, as is our wont, have guests with us today because we're just going to have a good time for an hour here. So why don't we bring them in, people who are familiar to our show. Let's start with Glenn. Glenn, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
We are doing fantastic. At least I am.
Congratulations.
Zach, you doing fantastic, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to keep doing better as we keep seeing people.
There you go.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
You guys have hit another milestone. It's amazing.
And it's been fun to have you be a part of it. You are probably our most frequent flyer on comments on our episodes, and I love that.
Probably, yes.
So thank you for continuing to feed the algorithm too. We appreciate that. And we've got Bill here today, Matt Stagger. How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing great. Congratulations, guys, on your 5,000 and a half and a quarter and whatever.
Right, it just keeps changing. Yeah. Again, not bad when Zach thought we'd be lucky to get 5 people.
Yeah, we've only 1,000 up.
Quite a bit, yes.
Yeah. And we also have with us again Daniel. How are you, sir?
I am doing wonderfully. Thank you so much for having me back. And major congratulations. This is awesome.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any of you guys got something cool going on in your lives since we had you on last? Glenn's like, no, same old thing.
Well, I mean,
on the spot.
We're getting ready to post the ending part to the Dark Elf trilogy. After that, we are tackling the Belgariad, which is horrible for me.
Yeah.
For me.
I hear you, actually.
I've never read it, so I'm reading it as an adult, and it's not great.
That was my problem. I never read it until just like 2 years ago. And I was like, I missed this one when I should have hit it. Yeah.
Yeah, seventh grade. I would have been in love.
The nostalgia factor worked for like a day and a half for me. And about a day and a half into the first book, the nostalgia factor just melted it away. And I'm like, oh my God, I read this 3 times as a teenager. I'm like, I don't know what I was thinking.
So I keep hearing more arguments to not ever bother.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. I'll be honest. To me, it feels like my slightly racist, sexist uncle is reading me a bedtime story.
Oh my goodness.
A little weird, but that's what it feels like.
Oh, that's funny.
That is funny.
Sad, but funny.
I mean, that's what it is.
I mean, I hope you don't really have that uncle.
I don't. But if I did, I imagine reading the Belgariad is that.
I want to throw the appropriate person on the bus, and it's safe because he's not here, but Joe from Twatcast is the one who picked the series that we're reading right now. And so at first I thanked him, and now I'm like, Joe, we need to talk, boy.
What a twat.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
So, Daniel, since we had you
guys over
last
there.
on, I have listened to one of your audiobooks now.
Nice.
Oh.
And your voice is indeed very pleasant to listen to.
Thank you very much.
Not that I was
a
shocked
horror.
by that, but yeah.
That one's a horror series too, so I almost want you to not be comfortable at certain points. So,
Oh well, you separate the man from the content, and all
that is important indeed. And actually, I got a chance to get in touch with one of your contemporaries as well. We've been emailing back and forth about his book, so that's also very exciting. And we'll see what happens with that. But
Okay.
I was also very impressed, as you were, with the book. It does not
Amazing.
feel like a debut book. So,
Right.
so yeah.
Right. So that's some of you guys know I've talked about Stonefly. Thank you. I was momentary blanking. Stonefly by Dust Kunkel. And a friend, a coworker, and I'm like, how do I know someone, like really know someone who writes this well? That's insane.
Yep.
Yeah. And the book continues to rack up awards. It's
Indeed, yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
nice.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, if you haven't
Good
checked
stuff.
it out, still go check out the book. So good.
And there may or may not be an audiobook at some point as well, if you would prefer to read it or listen to it in audiobook. So we'll see.
Yeah, I that would just be mind-blowingly good if that ends up coming about.
Yes.
Be fun. Well, we do have one more guest with us here today, and he's here just in time. Spencer from the Fantasy Files.
Hey, Spencer.
How's it going?
It's going
Sorry, I'm a
good.
little late.
I'm not sure, even though we're doing this to celebrate 5,000 subscribers, I'm not sure we're good enough to be in Spencer's company because he just had freaking Jim Butcher on his show.
I did.
Man.
I did.
Just insane.
Yeah. That
Not
was
that we're
awesome.
jealous or anything.
He is jealous.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
100%.
It was it was pretty crazy. It was something that we had talked about when we started the podcast. I think in one of our first couple episodes, we were like, oh, what would we like this podcast to be in the future? And one of us jokingly said, oh, we'd love to talk to Jim Butcher. And then we looked at each other and just laughed. We were like, that'll never happen.
Right?
And
Wow.
and then it did. It
Well,
was the craziest thing I've ever done. It was nuts. It was great.
That's totally wild. So yeah, Fantasy Files, be sure to find Spencer and his channel and see the great stuff they've got going over there. A lot of the same kinds of things we do and yet other stuff. Because we each have our own preferences and styles. So good content. Everybody who has content, their stuff will be down in the show notes. So look for that later. We'll make it easy for you to find them. But let's get to having some fun, talking some stuff now. I've got a variety of questions to toss out here where we may have opinions.
Oh, no.
All of us
Not
have kind of been
opinions.
known for that on occasion.
I've never had those.
I need my wife. She tells me what to think.
Oh, and you listen?
Good answer. Good answer.
Oh, speaking of, I scored a good one last night. My wife and I were at a meeting, and she mentioned that she was about to celebrate her 30th anniversary working, and I didn't miss a beat. I looked straight at her and went, "What? You started working at 5?" All the men in the room went, "Ooh, good one."
Nice.
Good one.
Nice. Yeah. Props.
And the women are just chuckling, but not even a beat.
That's
Okay.
great.
So here is our first question. If you could literally erase, it does not exist anymore, one overused trope from sci-fi,
Ooh.
fantasy, or horror, and it could never come back, what would it be?
Ooh,
Daniel,
I'll
go for
Rope,
it.
not technique.
Daniel, get the first.
Okay.
So I will admit that this is a little bit more of an anime trope, but I've definitely seen it a lot in fantasy, sci-fi, and horror. And that is the trope of the hero or another character that is sort of like, whatever, being literally destroyed to an inch of their life.
Yes. Thank you.
And then through the power of friendship or love or whatever it is, not some actual item, because when they get a sword that has lots of power or whatever, that makes sense. But when it's just through the tenacity of being awesome, they just turn around and immediately tear apart the villain or whatever. That one needs to go. Give your character a reason that they somehow have this new store of energy, or that the villain has also been thrashed to an inch of their life, and that's where the tenacity to just power through the very last vestiges come from. But this idea that you just like suddenly become the most powerful being in existence just because you see one of your friends in danger needs to go.
Goku.
Mhm.
Goku.
Yes,
Sorry.
exactly.
There it is. There it is. Good one. Zach, I know you had one right away too. What were you thinking?
So it's very unfamiliar to you, Dad, because this is a big trope
Is this
more in like
tentacles? Are
romantic.
you bringing tentacles?
No. The fact that you asked that
many
meant you're too
episodes ago, and it
familiar
was
with
very
that.
unfamiliar
So
to
Hey,
me.
we're
I'll get
not
out
going
where you
with it.
went.
Hey,
No.
I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now, and there is
Okay, so-
way more tentacles than I thought there was gonna be. There's so much tentacle.
Okay, sorry, Zach. I derailed you. Totally. Go back.
No, but with the actual trope that I do away with, because I'm not a huge fan of it, I think it's lazy. There was only one bed. There was only one bed trope.
Gotcha.
That they end up in the inn, they need to share a room, and well, there's only one bed, and
I don't
leads
mind that
to
one at
things
all.
happening where it's-
Dirty old man. Spencer.
I think if you're going to do forced proximity, that's one thing. But if you're just doing eventually we get to a small moment of one, well, there's only one bed. And
Right.
suddenly, it's that's a little lazy.
All right, fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Who else has got one?
I think for me, villains suddenly becoming stupid.
Yes.
They're, great villains that are evil and they're doing evil in the greatest way. And then all of a sudden they just turn stupid.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
drives me crazy.
Well,
I'm like, book one guy would not have done that ever.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right. I hear you.
Yep.
Glenn,
I
what do you
love a
got?
villain that starts stupid though.
I'm really tired of the fat best friend.
True.
Yeah.
The what?
You see them in everything.
The
You get the
best
fat
friend.
best friend
Fat best
everywhere, and it just needs to go.
Yeah.
I would also love it if they incorporated more of the comic relief fat best friend just in the main character. We
Yeah.
don't need every main character to just be stoic and literally everyman. People love Tony Stark. Let
Mhm.
your character have attitude. Let your character have humor. We want it, and we don't just want it in the fat best friend, as you said.
That's what I loved about Lightbringer was Kip was not your stereotypical guy. He was a chubby
fat best
kid
friend.
with a mouth who could not
Mhm.
shut up to save his life.
Yeah.
And it made for a great story.
Oh yeah.
Well, the one I would throw out would be very controversial because it might change a lot of stories forever, but I'd get rid of plot armor. People shouldn't survive certain things, period. Stop it. If you want to make sure this person makes it to the end of the movie, end of the story, whatever,
Make it make
make
sense.
it happen. You're the one writing, okay? Create events where they are survivable, or people are there to help him, not just, wow, he managed to walk through all of that. Not a bullet touched him. Come on.
On occasion, I will say that is humorous, but only if it's used for humor. Because
Right.
there's in the Hercules movie that was like the most recent one with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, there's a character who sees his own death happen, and then he literally goes into like 2 or 3 battles thinking that this is the battle that it's going to happen. And then he like stands in the rain of arrows, and then not a single one hits him, and it is hilarious. But yes, actually doing it just because you don't want your character to die because you need them later is done. We should not have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine, I was kind of holding out because I thought somebody was going to mention this for sure. I have a quick one, then I have my actual one is the MacGuffin. I hate a MacGuffin. I hate it so much. Anytime it comes up in a book, it makes me want to put the book down and be like, okay, you know, it's similar to the, you know, this character is saved through the power of friendship. It's like the problem is solved because we have the magical crystal of Gondor. Oh my god, it makes me so mad. I hate it. The only series that I've seen do the MacGuffin thing with like kind of a cool new twist is like the Emberblade series. That was pretty good. But then my real quick one that I just gotta throw in here real quick is it was all a dream. None of it actually happened. There was something, I won't say what, there was something that came out last year that had it was all a dream ending, and it pissed me off. You're following these characters for books and books and books, and then you find out it was all a effing dream. Oh my god. I could not have been more upset.
I'm telling you, when I was watching Dallas and that happened, I was so angry as a kid. Duffy showed up in the shower, and it's a dream. I hated it. Hated it.
I know.
Zach's going, what?
Yeah, I know.
No,
I know.
clue is on that
I
one.
only-
I think the two examples that come to
My
my
mom
mind are
has
Wizard
talked
of
about
Oz.
that before.
The two
Dallas
thought ideas that
is
come to mind for that are Wizard of Oz and St. Elsewhere. The two examples.
I do
Yeah.
actually like the Wizard of Oz one, though, where you leave it intentionally ambiguous.
Yeah, sure.
Because, again, Dorothy goes through this whole thing, and then she's like, oh, you were there, and you were there, and they're all like, no, we weren't.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, okay, turn.
Is the implication that Dorothy's going to be getting gaslit for the entirety of her
I know,
Yeah,
yes.
let's not love that.
Just like-
we were getting.
Just everybody else doing subtle things in character, and she's like, wait, no, see? And they're like, what are you talking about?
Brand new title, The Gaslighting of Dorothy Gale.
It's actually pronounced jaslighting, just to let you know.
Gaslighting, yeah. That's a good question.
Oh, you just person. Okay. All right, next question. And we're going to do this one as a debate real quick. So Spencer and Daniel are on my team. Glenn and Bill are on Zach's team. Okay.
Understood.
So which is more important? World building, that's my team. We have world building to argue. Or character? Which is more important? Come on, start. Throw something out.
I mean,
Well, I'll just.
you have. Go ahead,
I'll
Bill.
start off with Tron. Great world building, but without great characters, you get Jared Leto and that horrible movie that just came out. Great world building, horrible characters.
All right, so moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
And debate over.
Oh, wow.
Resolved. Jared Leto. All right, cool.
Bill.
Oh, man.
Now I'm trying to think, can we think of a good example that counters that, where the world building is so incredible that it turned mediocre characters into still an event?
I mean, any Brandon Sanderson book.
Oh,
Wow.
I'd have to
Gauntlet thrown down on
I'm
that one.
opposite
Wow.
you on that because I
have
like
to
his
disagree
characters
on
more than I like his
Warbreaker.
worlds.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Warbreaker has very interesting characters and great world building.
I
So
do.
on that one,
Also.
I don't think Warbreaker would work without the great characters.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think Brandon
And it's one of my
Sanderson's all about characters for
Me
me.
too.
I actually think I do have a story that, again, mediocre characters that are made great with world building, which is, and I know that I'm going to have a couple of people be annoyed at me,
I'm
the
waiting
Dresden
for it.
Files.
Oh,
What?
okay. Not the one I thought you were going to say.
These great characters also in the Dresden
That's-
Files, though,
that's
unfortunately.
I would say that those characters come into their own. Honestly, book one, a number of those characters are a little rough, and they get way better with time.
That is
But
true.
again,
I
I
would
feel
agree.
like I was hooked immediately with the world building of what the fuck wizards do and what they care about and what they're capable
I
of.
like it. Okay.
And also the, like, again, this idea that there's this, like, department of the Chicago police that, like, does this stuff. Again, I was grabbed immediately, book one, by the world building, and I didn't love at least all of the characters, if not, several of the characters, until probably book 3 or 4, where it really felt like Jim truly understood what he was going for with those characters, rather than just having a great idea for a world and putting characters that he figured out later into it.
I
love
find
that
myself
for you.
agreeing with the member of my own team. Yes.
Hey, that's wonderful.
I-
I love that for you. I can't say I had the same experience with those.
I did
books
not either.
because
Yeah.
Hit books 3 or 4, and I still didn't really love the world or the characters. I would have put them down if not for the fact that my dad loves them so much.
I love them
kept
too.
going, and eventually, sunk cost really just got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm reading everything that comes out now because I'm already 13 books in.
It's just like Stockholm syndrome at that point. Like,
And there you just heard
You
why we'll
spend
never be
enough
able to score
time-
Jim Butcher on this channel. Thanks, Zach.
If you spend enough time with the characters and the world, and also Jim Butcher spends enough time with them, they do grow into their own. They do get better. The world does show really interesting facets. But it was a significant amount of time to put in, and so I am a hater.
Jim,
My-
I assume that you've taken him out of your will at this point, correct? Right? Yeah.
Hey,
I
I
say-
still went out
question
and
the
bought
parentage.
the
I'm
new
like,
book
what?
like the day of. It's okay.
So, chat,
My-
those of you with us, chime in. Character, world building. Which team are you on?
I have something to say about world building. I don't know if any of you guys have read it, but the Scythe trilogy by Neil Shusterman.
Yes.
It's kind of like it's sci-fi. It's not dystopia. It's more utopia, and the characters in the books are not the things you're coming back for. It's the interesting. There's like this AI, this like benevolent AI that kind of controls everything and keeps humans alive for thousands of years and stuff. And every book more and more gets revealed about that. And that was the series where I'm like, I really could take or leave the characters. It was more the fascination with this society, with all this technology that has snowballed to a point where it's like unrecognizable to us today.
For me,
and
it was the
fascinating.
characters in Scythe. They're both entering this world as a death, sort of. And their different approaches to training for them to get into that world is so polar opposite. To see them transform into who they are, it was the characters that had me coming back and not the world building. And also, my rebuttal to the whole Jim Butcher thing is fuego. That's it. We're done.
We had a great comment in the chat that I have to put up here. It's great advice as to my will.
Only legitimate.
It's already out there.
You will read these.
I'm gonna have to
Honestly-
betray Zach and Bill a little, because I can't actually take one side or the other, because for me it's very dependent on what sort of story I'm reading,
Oh, sure.
like, or what the story is. Like with Lord of the Rings, I don't give a shit, sorry, about the world building. The world is nothing, is never really meant that much to me. It's the characters. But Star Wars, I'm more interested in the world of Star Wars or the world of Star Trek than I am the individual characters of either show or movie. It's those worlds. So for me, it's completely dependent on what the product is that I'm reading or listening to or watching.
Fair enough.
Honestly, I think that is actually a good point, and somebody in chat already said this as well, which is they are now beloved actors. They are. And they should be, and I am not trying to be down on them too hard. But in the first Star Wars movie, it's absolutely the world building, and it's barely the characters, and the dialogue's not great, and the acting is not great, and the
Sir
whole
Alec
thing.
Guinness
The directing
like,
is not
what
great.
did my
The
agent
directing
sign
is-
me up for? You know.
Yeah. And again, by Return of the Jedi, you definitely have some people really doing a great job to a certain degree. And again,
Especially
I
the
mean,
teddy
people
bears.
watch it mostly for the absolutely bleeding edge special effects that were going on in those movies. But also then you go back to the prequel trilogy, And there are actually some great actors in there who are getting murdered by the dialogue that they have to go ahead and the direction and whatnot.
Yeah.
And still, people are like, no. This is still a great story. We will watch it because it's still a great story.
All right, let's go on to our next question, next topic. That was fun. No need for us to keep going until we completely crush the character team. So we'll move on. And
Yeah.
I want to encourage those of you in chat that while we talk one topic, toss suggestions for our next topic. Put some hot and spicy questions there that you'd like us to tackle. And we may take one or two of those, maybe three, depending on how many are good enough to really get us going here. So if you've got something, drop it in there and I'll keep an eye. But the question right now, which classic author from any of the three genres, fantasy, sci-fi, horror, would struggle the most if they debuted today?
Wait, so characters from what?
What classic
Authors.
from
what
any of
classic
these
authors?
beloved genres?
Go ahead, Bill.
Classic author would really struggle if now is when they're coming out with their first book.
Interesting.
Well, we could say Jim Butcher right away here now. Stormfront already people struggle with, and that was 2000. Imagine if it came out today.
Yeah.
Me Too, cancel culture. He's done.
Oh yeah,
That book
for
never
sure.
goes anywhere.
Yeah.
Let's just toss something in here then. Sci-fi, fantasy, horror. H.P. Lovecraft writes today it doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I-
good one.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
no.
That is a good one. Yeah, that would not
Yeah.
work.
The youngest one here pulling out an old classic. Well done, Mike.
I've never even touched it.
Yeah, this one's not crazy old, but I mean Brent Weeks and his Night Angel trilogy, I think for kind of the same reasons as the Dresden Files. I think that just doesn't I feel like Grimdark has kind of been pushed to the side a little bit in general. And so we don't I feel like we're not getting that much Grimdark nowadays. I feel like the mainstream audience for it is kind of over it. But yeah, I don't think if he comes out with, Way of Shadows today, and there's all sorts of like, essay and other stuff happening in that book, I don't think it goes over incredibly well in today's market.
Well,
Okay.
it's also interesting. I want to bring up it's interesting to be in this particular era and to talk about other because it has kind of been shown as human beings that we have a little bit of a hard time with the darkest stuff when the world's not great. And we have a hard time with the lightest stuff when the world's great.
Mm.
And so people want to explore all the depths of humanity when life is going well, and they want to explore all of the fluff possible when things are bad.
Mhm.
And I am certainly not actually on the train of the world is going to hell in a handbasket and is unsavable or anything along those lines, but I would say that we're in a slightly darker period now. And so I feel like there's a lot to say about, like, it's not necessarily that grimdark or that dark fantasy or whatever is done, but it's definitely like people want to be a little happier with what they read at the moment than they wanted to be 10, 15 years ago. And that might shift back.
Give
Yeah.
another 10, 15 years, maybe everything will be grimdark again.
I know. And
It's
I
entirely
think it's
possible.
especially because fantasy at its core is escapism. So whatever, it, like you said, it flip-flops to where, if you're in a good period of your life, escape to see what a darker, like more serious reality looks like. If you're in a bad part of your life, escapism to, a Sanderson book or something. I don't know.
What people are looking for right now, a word that my son likes to use is whimsy. They're looking for a
Yeah,
little more
where's the
whimsical, whimsy content. Yeah.
And so again, I definitely like your take on the sort of grimdark not being popular now in modern, but that does become a little bit of a question of how much social are we talking, how much current like desire for escapism are we talking, and that fluctuates a lot. The social fluctuates less. It seems to sort of trend, whether slowly or not slowly, in a direction. But the like, are we after World War II, or were we in the throes of the Great Depression? Like, those are two very different times for when people are writing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So chat did throw out a name that definitely wouldn't get published today.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Props to that one. Yep.
I was going to let Bill say it. Are you going to say him? You know who
No,
I'm thinking, don't you? David Eddings.
well,
Wrote
yeah, I know
Bulgarian.
who you're going to say because we were just
His-
talking about it.
His stuff, there's no way his books would get published today. Especially as a first-time author or anything like that. It just, the blatant racism just on every single page without using real-world races is just disgusting.
Yeah. It's also a little hard because, it depends on how much we know about these particular authors. Because I do feel there are a number of stories that you read and you go, oh, this would struggle to get published now. But you also know that to a certain degree, I'm using examples like I think that Robert Jordan would have been very progressive had he written later. Because I think he was somewhat progressive when he was writing. So I feel like he wouldn't actually struggle with writing a story now. He would just struggle trying to get the one that was published in 1992 published today as is. And so that's a little bit of like guys like C.S. Lewis, I also think would have done well now. But I don't think that some of their stories that are published would get published today in the way that they're written. So
we're not re-releasing. We're just saying, hey, what if they were writing now?
Correct. Exactly. And I think a number of those classic stories would look different, and that some of those authors would have done a really great job for a modern audience. They just would have had to write it now rather than write it then.
Makes sense.
Tolkien would be told to modernize his writing style and his prose. The prose as is wouldn't get published today.
Probably not.
I don't think he would choose to publish it today just because I think he would get stuck on a cycle for himself of wanting to make sure it was right and in a certain way. And then other people would tell him, hey, no, you really got to modernize this. You really got to change this. And I think he'd be like enough of a perfectionist wanting to write this love letter to the language and the world that he made. I don't know if he'd ever release it.
That's a good point. So that's struggles in a totally different way than we've been talking now or previously.
And me throwing him out there was by no means a judgment on my part towards him. I know people have issues with it.
For me, I think Tolkien is a similar place of Scott Lynch right now, where he's written some things which I enjoyed them, and we haven't gotten anything for a long time for a number of reasons, and wanting to make sure it's right, and having some struggles himself and some personal life things, and a lot going on that just means we haven't gotten another book in a long time.
Speaking of which, did you guys see it just came out like a week or two ago, the interview with Scott Lynch on SFF Addicts?
No.
It sounds like news is coming really soon. It sounds like he's got something to announce pretty soon here.
Now I'm glad I brought him up.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
It sounded really promising.
Nice.
There's an author that makes George Martin and her and all of them look like they're really fast at writing. Melanie Ron, since 1997, has left readers of one of her trilogies waiting for book 3, while she published at least one other trilogy. She published at least one other trilogy since then.
Sorry, did you say since 97?
I would be so mad as one of her fans.
Yeah. What's her name?
Making people wait longer
Melanie
than I've been
Ron,
alive.
Rawn.
Yikes.
Longer than
that's
you've
rough.
been alive, Zach. Yes, this is true.
Jeez.
It's like I wasn't even born yet. Thanks for making me
Farmer
feel
wouldn't
old,
get
Zach.
published today
Appreciate
either.
that.
I'm just young.
Is it the Dragon Prince series that's not finished?
No, that's finished. I only read the first 2 of that, and I never read any further by her. There's one that was unfinished. The last book was published in 97.
Wow.
Book 2.
Oh, the Mageborn
It's on her
Trader.
wiki.
Crazy.
Wow.
Oh,
But
Chad's
yeah.
got another
And
one that
that's
would have
not even
trouble
the
getting
worst.
published these days. Yeah.
Ooh,
Let's
yeah.
say Farmer.
What
Mhm.
Chad
I
say?
love Farmer when I was a kid.
Yeah, but never these days. Wouldn't happen.
Well, I love Asimov as a kid, but I read him now, and I'm like, this is so dry. How did I love this?
It's all we had back then. That was
I
that
know.
was why. That's
I
why we
don't think
loved
it would do well now at all.
And that is true. That's why some of the older stuff that I totally loved back in the day, I loved because it was the best there was.
Mhm.
It's better now in some cases. It's true.
Yeah.
You know? And so you've got more to compare.
It's also true that there was a time where, and again, I am not putting any judgment on this in any way, shape, or form, but that people didn't know as much about the authors. And so there was a lot of separation between the artist and the art.
Right.
Because people just didn't have as much of a window into the artists. And so I definitely think that there are several artists that got published then that were problematic enough
Yeah.
that if people knew what they know about them now or had as much of a way to know said things at the time, would be less excited about, and their work wouldn't become nearly as popular because more people would have trouble separating the two.
Everyone's living in a glass house now.
Yeah.
And all see all your secrets.
Right. Yeah.
For better or worse.
The internet.
All right.
Better or worse.
Let's shift topics again. No one in chat really dropped a really power one. They're just enjoying interacting with the things we are talking about. So let's go on to the next prepared question. And this is, anyone can answer this question. You get 1 minute to make your case, and then we tear you apart. Which beloved franchise is currently in the most trouble? Who's brave enough to make their case?
Current like franchise as in like series of books, or
Books might have other content, might be media instead, might be films or TV, might go across all of those.
I'll go out and live, and I'll say everything
Glenn,
DC. Everything DC on film.
Everything DC.
DC has not, in my opinion, had a decent watchable product since the CW stopped airing their stuff. None of the DC movies I've seen since then were worth watching. Not even Joker was okay. Joker was okay. It was mostly the acting that was good in that. But yeah, I'd rather watch anything but the DC unless you're talking the CW stuff. That's the only DC worth watching, in my opinion.
So
in the last 25 years.
I have to ask, because you said nothing you've seen since then. I personally did actually really enjoy the most recent Superman movie. James Gunn's director. Did you see it?
I tried. I've tried 3 times. I couldn't get more than 15, 20 minutes into it.
Wow.
I hated the new Superman.
As soon as we got to that room where they're like with Lex Luthor, and they're like, he's there, and he's yelling into the phone and telling him what to do. I lost it. I couldn't do it.
It's been a very polarizing film. I actually enjoyed it. Didn't expect to.
Yeah.
But a lot of people really hated it.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
To be fair, I also didn't like the last 2 MCU movies either.
Oh yeah.
Well, no one's arguing with you on that one. Come on.
Yeah, you got to find out.
Whoa. I will argue
I heard a lot of people
they
like
were
Fantastic
good.
Four.
I will not argue that Glenn's opinion about it is wrong, but I will absolutely argue that I enjoyed it and that they were fine.
All right. Anybody else want to rebut against Glenn? Zach, are you done tearing down the DC?
It was mostly a matter of I'm potentially excited to see what James Gunn will do because, like we talked about previously, I'm here for the whimsy right now. That movie hit those notes for me, so I'm down to see where this goes. I think it has potential to make money, which has something to do with whether or not a franchise can be successful. But I totally respect your opinion that the movie didn't work for you.
Yeah.
I'm just not a Superman fan. I mean, I don't like the Boy Scout thing. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact that they went from Cavill to a more lighthearted, almost whimsical Superman bugs me.
That was annoying.
Personally, just because of the character. It's got none. The
Tyler
acting is
Hoechlin
great,
played
and I've seen the
Tyler Hoechlin
movie.
played a really good Supes in Lois and Clark. Was it Lois and Clark? No, it was Superman and Lois. The one that was
Superman
just
and
on the CW.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was. Tyler Hoechlin was a really good
yeah.
Superman.
I kind of feel, and maybe people don't feel the same way. I think this kind of gets argued a lot, but I really feel like there is superhero fatigue right now. People say no, it's just the MCU sucks. There's not like superhero fatigue. I really feel like there is. Like anytime anything gets announced that's superhero, besides like Invincible, I think Invincible is a great show, but even that, like sometimes I'm not like stoked to go watch Invincible sometimes. I'm like, it's more superhero stuff. And I fell off of The Boys, not because I wasn't like enjoying the content necessarily, but just because I'm just tired of superheroes. Like, let's go back to like, I don't know, can we get like the Breaking Bads and Dexter and those kind of shows and movies again? I feel like we're
Dexter.
Yeah, we got a lot of good Dexter coming out. Dexter's amazing.
I will disagree with that take. Superheroes have been big business since the 60s. Go back further, they were around, but in the comics, constantly valuable, constantly read, constantly interested, as long as they were good comics. And so I don't think it's people are tired of superheroes. They're tired of superhero content being stretched too thin. Movies that just aren't very good.
I'm tired of lazy writing when it comes to superheroes. That's what bothers me. Lazy writing.
Yeah.
Well,
Bugs me to death.
I think that
You'll
there's
love
also,
Legends of Tomorrow.
Right. I do also think that it comes at least a little bit from seeing the same heroes over and over and over and over and over again. Because on one hand, you're absolutely right, Jim, that Batman that came out in the 90s, Batman the TV show that came out in the 80s and whatnot, great. A lot of them were actually very good, and people were super excited to see that, all of that good stuff. There are 8 Batmans now.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's, hey, really? In this entire cavalcade of comics, you can't find another hero besides Batman and Superman? And so again, I think
why haven't we gotten like
absolutely
Gambit? Like Gambit would be a sick movie. Like why do we not? Why is it just the same reboots of every superhero? This latest iteration of Spider-Man makes me want to peel my eyes out of my skull. I hate Tom Holland as Superman or Spider-Man.
Wow.
Wait, we still get Zendaya, right?
But Spencer, how do you really feel? Yeah, wow. That was great.
Tom Holland's my favorite Spider-Man. I just hate that.
Same here.
The character of Spider-Man is so annoying.
That's a take.
That is a
Bruh.
take.
Dude,
Speaking
the
of
fact
take-
that literally for twice as long as I have been alive, Spider-Man has been on the page as a person just sitting there all the time going, oh man, I wish I wasn't a superhero because there's too much to do in a day. It's like, dude, go to one of the Avengers for help. I swear to God, if I have to hear you complain that you're poor one more time, I'm going to come through the page and punch you in the face. And it's gonna hurt me more than you, but I'm gonna need to do it.
Oh my.
Blonick in the chat says, I like Pattinson as Batman, and I would agree.
I do too.
like
He
him
was
as
good.
Batman. I just don't think we need another one.
I don't think we do either, but I do like him as Batman.
Correct.
I have to agree
He
with
was good
that.
at
I'll
Batman. I didn't
say
like
he
the
was good
movie.
as Batman. I'd never seen Pattinson in anything before I'd seen him in Batman. Though,
Oh.
so.
Oh, good. You're doing yourself a favor.
Surprisingly good. At
Oh, I saw Tenet
everything
after that.
Tenet
I
is
liked
so
Tenet.
good.
What?
What's the other one? 37. Mickey 37.
Oh,
Mickey
yeah.
17.
Or Mickey
Mickey
17,
17, yeah.
Also fantastic.
Great movie.
Yeah.
All right, we
No,
do
I've
have,
had to come to realize
Garbage.
he is
we have a
wonderful.
question from chat now that is
Okay.
worthy, and I'm going to toss it up here. It's actually a hard question. What is a film or TV series not from a book that would have been better as a book?
Ooh.
And films novelized are fair game if the existing novelization is poorly done.
I'm going to
Dude.
throw this one out there, even though they have some books and comic books. I still think the overall arching story would have been great as a book is Firefly. The inner working of the characters would have been amazing on the page. Just the simple relationship breakdowns of everybody on the ship would have been awesome on page. Now, they do have some books, and I have read them, and they are good.
That's a good one, Bill. That's not bad at all.
There's a TV show I really enjoyed. I don't know how many people will even have heard of it. Continuum. It was a time travel show.
Yeah, I remember.
I really enjoyed the show, but I kind of almost think that it probably would have worked better as maybe not a novel, but like a trilogy of books. It was a 4-season TV show, so a trilogy of books. Because it got a little convoluted and the time travel shenanigans and stuff like that was going on, that it makes it a little bit easier to keep track of it, I think, in a book.
Yeah.
Or listen to it in your ear than watching it, you can rewind and rewatch, but it might have worked really well. But, it worked great as a TV show, though. So I do recommend watching it.
That makes me think of the Netflix show Dark. I think that would be that would have been fantastic novelized. I love that show.
That was so good as a show too. So I don't know if it could have beaten the show, but you're right. It would have been a great book. I've got a couple that one of them is very similar to Glenn's, which is Travelers, which was also a Netflix show. I believe. And I don't know if everybody here knows this story. Just like really quick. It is also a sort of time travel-y one where there are people from the future who get their consciousnesses tossed back in time into people who are about to die. And then they stop that death from happening and then live out the person's life to help stop a tragedy in the future that will happen after the point where they go back in time. It's very convoluted and very cool, but seeing the future people change being in the past, I think would have actually been really interesting to get their actual points of view rather than just see the actors, because the actors do a great job, but still actually hearing their inner monologue a little bit more rather than just seeing it on their face and whatnot would have been cool. And the other one that I would love to see as a book is Succession. Because hearing all of their inner monologues would be amazing.
I got to throw one more real quick, and it's a trilogy, but the prequel trilogy from Star Wars. Those probably would have worked better as 3 books, good books, not the adaptations that we got, the novelizations, but 3 good books than what George wrote and directed. I'm not a fan of what George wrote and directed.
Nope.
Okay.
What about last one for me? Breaking Bad. Speaking of hearing like inner monologues and stuff, that would be fascinating to get inner monologues of those characters in a book.
I'd love
I
to
don't know
get
if it
Mike's
makes it
head.
better though.
Mike would make an awesome novella
That's true.
by himself.
Oh yeah.
Just his thought process would terrify me in a beautiful way.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
For sure.
The one that comes to mind for me, and I don't know if it could be better as a book, but being they kind of botched the ending, it might be better as a book, and that's Lost, the TV series.
Oh yeah.
You turn that into an amazing novel. That could be really cool. I could see
if they turned it into like a tight trilogy or something, like rather than
something. Some of the things they tried to do on the screen really didn't work. It was too complex. Or the CG didn't exist right yet. And if you put it on the page and just let people's mind create what was happening, probably would be better.
There's an added benefit, though, that if JJ was involved in the writing of the story, when they get to the end and they realize they can't write a good ending to go at the beginning, they haven't released the beginning, so they can go back and change the beginning. Because the first episode hasn't been aired. So you can go back and fix it so that it all actually makes sense and doesn't make the piss off the fans is
And
a
doesn't
lot of
just turn
JJ stuff
to
does.
an "it was a dream the whole time" thing.
Yeah.
Damn you, Patrick Duffy.
But I don't have much faith in J.J. Abrams when it comes to writing. He can start something,
Yeah.
but he should never be allowed to finish it.
Oof.
Liminal Spaces did have a good one in chat. Severance would make a great book. I agree.
Yeah.
That would be a good
Yeah.
one. I
What
sometimes
about-
struggle to know whether some of these actually do have source material. And
That's where I'm
I
struggling.
know,
I'm
right?
not
Yeah.
putting things out because I'm like, most of the things I can think of, is that an adaptation already?
Right,
Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if the Dresden Files TV show had a novelization. That'd be crazy.
There are
I think the show was
some
good enough.
that I can't even imagine the possibility of a book being any better than what the film. Like, I don't think a series of novels could ever surpass what Babylon 5 gave us. Even with the low budget 1990s sets and special effects, Babylon 5 is way better than anything a book can put out, I think.
I only
Yeah,
watched
I'm
it
just-
sparsely, so I
I'm-
was never into it.
Fair. I'm just waiting for myself to turn 40 and get 2 inches taller so that I can convince Jim to try again with a Dresden Files TV show. Because I think that there was so much good about that show, and it just got hammered by having some very strange choices made.
Who was that actor? Paul Blackstone?
Blackthorn.
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 I've
Oh,
not
Blackthorn.
seen him anywhere else since then because I'm
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
it's Harry Dresden. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the original show, even though it's not accurate, and I'm usually the nitpicker
I kind of
for
enjoyed
TV
it,
shows.
It
I
was so
had a good time with it.
fun.
but I
Yeah,
hadn't
it
read
was
the
As
book.
not
somebody who had
accurate, but
never
it
read
was
the
fun.
books, I loved the show.
Yeah, I hadn't
I had
read
a
the book
lot of
when I
fun
watched
watching
the
it.
show, so I was just, this is fun, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's very
A little secret that you guys will find out in the episode that's coming out.
okay.
There's a show in the works right now. There's a Dresden show in the
Yeah,
works right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Hollywood's finally learning its lesson, and it's gonna only do shows where it's giving the authors control. Sanderson's got something moving forward.
Mhm.
Butcher's got something
Dude,
moving forward.
Sanderson's deal is so cool. His
It's
Apple
a
TV
big
deal,
deal.
I was so hyped for him. Oh man, that's
Yep.
so great.
Look,
At
if
the
it weren't
same
for
time, it's
that
gotta be-
deal, I was maybe in a position of going, as much as it hurts, maybe the Cosmere is in one of those franchises that might be dying. But with that deal coming in, that's new legs.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm really excited.
It does make you
Well-
wonder, though, will he pause some of his writing so he can focus now on the adaptation stuff? Because
I
that's
think-
part of the
That's the
creep we've been
idea, I
getting,
think. Yeah.
is that
I
he's
don't-
been putting out too much too fast and the quality's dipping. Some people genuinely have that concern. So maybe
Yes.
that'll make them slow down.
I want you to think about who you're talking about.
I
Right
know,
now
there's
for
no
just
pause.
a moment.
He
Yeah.
doesn't have a pause button.
But I do hope because I saw something the other day that was like Sanderson says he's 10% done with the Mistborn script, and I kind of when I saw that I'm like, yeah, he's basically like rewriting all of Mistborn again for this movie, and I almost kind of hope I didn't get to Wind and Truth yet, but I know all the complaints
Don't
that people
rush.
have,
Don't rush.
and I kind of I kind of wonder if going back to Mistborn to like the roots and like revisiting that earlier content, if that'll spark more stuff for his next content. I don't know.
Now, chat just dropped something, and it goes along with what a comment I wanted to make. I think there's actually some pressure on Sanderson here.
Yeah.
Because, okay, he's got the full control, creative control now. If he botches it, they won't do it again. If he gets it right, it sets a new precedent. Okay, this is how we make money with adaptations. Because Hollywood, the studios, they're going to follow the money. They don't
Yeah.
really care.
Mhm.
They want this to work so everybody gets money.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work, they're going to know it's not worth it. We're going to do our
But
own
it's a
thing.
fair,
I
legitimate
think-
concern. He's a storyteller, but not at least proven, not trained filmmaker. So is it going to carry over?
Well, from what I saw, he's only going to be a co-showrunner. So there will be somebody
Oh,
with.
I don't know what happened. Hang on. You're still there. We can hear you.
Your scenes down below, right underneath.
it's only going to be
There you go.
co-showrunner, so he's going to have somebody with some experience, presumably more experience than other recent adaptations have had in their showrunners. And so it's not going to be entirely on his head.
No.
Now, granted, I'm kind of annoyed with Sanderson too lately, and it's not so much him, it's his readers who can't read anything but Sanderson.
Yeah.
That drives me nuts. But yeah, that kind of, and I've heard too much bad stuff about book 4 of, so I'm waiting to read that. I'm in no rush.
I think that no matter what, an author having full creative control, or at least close to full creative control, is a net positive for a TV show. You look at Apple TV and you look at Dark Matter. That show, the script for that show was written by the author, and it was a nearly perfect scene by scene, 1-to-1 adaptation of the book.
That's
and
not always a good thing, though.
That can work. See that?
But
can
yeah,
work.
so you need you need the show guy next to you to be like, okay, let's make this flow into a TV show and make that work well, which I think Dark Matter did exquisitely well. And so yeah, as long as Sanderson has some other people around him that can be like, this is what's going to work on camera and this is what won't. I think it's a net positive to have that much creative control.
So I have to point at Martha Wells. I mean, what she did stepping into Murderbot, and the first season of Murderbot is near to perfect as far as I'm concerned. And
Knocked it out of the park.
And she was there. They have said she's there every day. She's checking the script. She's going over the story with us. So, I mean, I love the fact that she's doing it without saying anything, without worrying about it, just doing her thing. And we got a great season of television out of it.
Well, you can get a great adaptation if the showrunner, the writers are on the same page with the writer, with the author, and that they're in sync together. But if the author has no creative control and the writers are going left turns and there's no way to course correct, that's where you end up with some big messes.
Here, real quick, I got a comment on. We got John in the chat.
Okay, no, hold on. I'm trying to get to John's comment here.
Okay.
So, when I went full screen for a moment, it was because I was trying to respond to John on something, and then apparently I can hit something on my keyboard and I become the star. I didn't know that. Well, that was yeah, John did mention about the Wheel of Time on here. I wanted
Sanderson didn't.
Sanderson did not have creative control on the Wheel of Time show, and in fact parted ways very quickly with the directions they were going. So don't throw him under the bus for that one. That's not his fault.
Yeah, he had nothing to do with that show.
Now John's got a point that if they do some things with some of the other shows that have gone bad, it could still be bad fantasy on TV. It's true. There's a risk. You gotta make the right choices.
What do all of those other things have in common, though? The people that made those shows were not fans of the books. They were not. They actively kind of detested.
Theoretically, the Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time. Judkins absolutely is a huge fan.
But he had interest in doing his own thing. He didn't have interest in remaking the books. He wanted to tell his own story,
page to page.
And if we include The Witcher. Part of the reason it was successful initially is because Cavill was a big fan of The Witcher.
Yep. But the other people that ran that show hated Cavill and they hated the books.
I have still not watched the final season because
I can't do it. No way.
I don't
no
care.
way.
Yeah. All right, we are at an hour, and that was the intention for today, to go 1 hour. I want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank everybody who's been supporting our channel, subscribing, watching. You guys are awesome. We are only able to continue to do what we do because people bother to watch it. And that is very entertaining for us. It's a hobby. It's exciting. I still try to answer every comment. And these days, that's getting really hard because there's so many.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. All of you keep blowing up those comments. Remind us then, those of you who are with us here as guests today, where do they find you if they want to go see what you're doing? Why should they go look for your content? Glenn and Bill, you've got your YouTube channel. Give us the name of it again.
Non-terrestrial Half-Life.
Yep, non-terrestrial half-life. We take books we read in the first half of our life, we reread them now as much older gentlemen. Yes, for gentlemen. And see if it's
Mostly.
just nostalgia that made us think it was good or if it's still good. That's basically what we do. And you can find us at Non-Terrestrial Half-Life. Just put that in YouTube. You'll find us.
There you go. And Spencer, where do they find you? What kind of stuff do they find on there?
We are the Fantasy Files podcast on YouTube, and we do author interviews, we do book reviews, spoiler book discussions for some of the big books that are coming out, or series. We'll do episode series, like we're going through the Farseer trilogy right now. Those episodes are slowly coming out. We keep up with all the like Dresden books, King's Dark Tidings, stuff like that. So that's what we're doing.
Time eventually again someday.
Someday maybe. we do the occasional Cosmere Sanderson book. As much as I've
how Spencer and I first connected.
Yeah. As much as I've crapped on the Cosmere during this stream, I do read them. I do like them for the most part.
And for those of you who enjoy my dad jokes, those are Spencer's fault. If you hate those dad jokes, those are also Spencer's fault.
Why?
Because I had never
But
thought
you're
of
only a dad
YouTube-
because of.
No, I had never thought about doing YouTube shorts.
You're not in his will anymore, Zach. So.
Spencer's
He
in.
didn't
Been
solo,
replaced.
though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I came up with dad jokes because it was something I could do for YouTube shorts, and so that was Spencer's idea. So
I see how I fit into this. Okay.
Now, seriously about my will, Zach has already told me all he really wants are my good books. So
Correct.
as I keep adding hardcover,
Notably
things
the pretty
next year,
ones.
He wants all of
Just
them. He has said.
the good book.
The good.
There's
books,
a copy of The Hobbit that I've been eyeing since I was like 7.
You're just
will
like
be mine.
someday.
It will be mine.
Jim can just be the biggest gin at the end of his life and
Yeah.
just leave you a copy of the Bible.
Yeah.
The good book. That's what I was saying. The good book.
Good book. Absolutely, it's the good book. And Daniel, you don't have content right now, but you have a different kind of content right now because you're still
Correct.
putting out audiobooks. You're a narrator now,
Yes.
so they should be looking for you.
Yes, and I am on Audible just with my name. I'm actually not sure that it's on several other platforms. I know that I am on a couple of others with at least a couple of books, but mostly on Audible and hopefully elsewhere soon. And I look forward to either hopefully having one or two books that I have read on Jim and Zach's channel, or having them send me good books that don't have audiobooks yet. And we can do a nice little swap.
He's looking for a business transaction.
Hey,
I like that.
we are all into greasing each other's butter or bread, or that didn't work at all.
I'm
Never
stepping
mind.
back
No.
on that
I
one.
would drop that analogy
Ooh,
probably.
Yeah.
Zach, we are not that kind of podcast, right?
No, we are not.
No.
That started to go towards tentacles again. All right, this is where we will. Thank you so
Not
much,
the
everyone, for
tentacles.
joining us. It's been a blast. We'll see you again for some other celebration whenever enough other people subscribe. So keep sharing our channel with them. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.
See ya.
Don't forget to be awesome.
Then pushing the button.